Archangel Michael commands you to open it now. This message is for you. Do not skip these words. I speak in a voice that is steady and near, like a lamp set at the threshold of your heart. What I bring is not rumor, not gossip, not the echo of passing fears. It is a summons to remember who you are and to receive what has been prepared for you. Your life has bent and waited. Now the moment leans forward. You have walked through a season of small losses and silent prayers, collecting hope like stones in your pocket. Each stone has weight. Each stone has shape. And each one fits in the hollow where courage grows. Do not throw them away. They are not burdens, but building blocks. Think about those little hopes you've gathered over time, maybe from a kind word someone said when you felt low, or from a quiet moment when you felt a spark of strength inside. These are the pieces that build something strong in you, even if they seem small right now. There is a hand on the horizon of your day that belongs to someone who loves you in a way that surprises even them. They come carrying something hidden in their hands. And the hiding is not of shame but of sacred surprise. Imagine this person walking toward you, their steps careful because what they hold is precious. It's not hidden to trick you, but to keep it safe until the right moment, like wrapping a fragile gift so it doesn't break on the way. When the door opens, receive them gently. The gift they bear will shift the geography of your heart. I know how many times you have learned to guard the door with caution. Fear taught you certain locks and habits. Experience taught you watchfulness. You've probably locked your heart away after being hurt before, maybe by people who promised much but gave little, or by situations that left you feeling empty. Those lessons made you careful, and that's okay, but now it's time to see that not every knock brings pain. Now the lock will not resist the hand that comes with honest intent. The guard you have kept will understand that it is safe to rest. You must understand this. Surprise does not always arrive wrapped in noise. Often it knocks softly in a language only the heart can hear. Sometimes good things come quietly, like a gentle rain that soaks the ground without a storm, or a whisper from a friend that changes your whole day. Pay attention to those soft sounds today. Do not dismiss the little things today, the unexpected call, the hesitation in a voice, the bouquet of ordinary words, for they will carry the shape of what you have asked for in secret. Maybe it's a phone ring from someone you haven't heard from in ages, or a message that seems casual but holds deeper meaning. These are clues, signs that point to something bigger, answers to those quiet wishes you've kept inside, the ones you didn't even say out loud to anyone else. There will be an offering of reconciliation, and it will not be hollow. It will come with apologies that have been learned in the quiet places of a soul, with gestures that have been practiced in the dark. Picture someone who spent time alone, thinking about their mistakes, practicing how to say sorry in a way that's real, not just words thrown out quickly. They've grown from their own quiet struggles, and now they're ready to make things right. If you respond with an open hand instead of a clenched fist, you will find in that receiving a release that has been blocked in you for years. Holding on tight with anger or fear keeps you stuck, but opening up lets go of that heavy weight. It's like finally exhaling after holding your breath for too long, feeling the freedom rush back in. This is not a test to prove you right or someone else wrong. This is a chance to choose mercy over the sharpening of reasons. Instead of arguing about who was at fault or keeping score of old hurts, pick kindness. Mercy softens the sharp edges, makes room for healing instead of more pain. When the person stands before you, see them without the record of past mistakes, and you will find a new map for both your journeys. Look at them fresh, like meeting for the first time, without dragging in all the old stories. This can lead you both to new paths, better ways forward that you couldn't see before because the past was blocking the view. Do not confuse forgiveness with forgetting. They are different, and both are holy when done rightly. Forgiveness keeps your heart free. Memory keeps your feet wise. Let memory be your teacher and forgiveness be your healer. Forgiving means letting go of the grudge, but remembering helps you avoid the same pitfalls. It's like learning from a fall without staying angry at the ground forever. You will be tempted by the old script, the one that rehearses every wound like a play. Resist the urge to perform. Instead, step into the new script that asks you to improvise with courage to rewrite endings that have long felt decided. Those old habits of replaying hurts in your mind, going over them again and again, let them go. Try something new. Be brave enough to change the story. Turn what seemed like a sad ending into a fresh start. Listen carefully. There is a word coming to you that will sound like a hush, and then like thunder. It will say in small syllables and in grand sweep that what you have been asking for has been acknowledged by a power that counts every tear. Hear it and let the hearing change your posture. This word might start soft, like a quiet assurance, then grow strong, confirming that your deepest requests haven't been ignored. It shifts how you stand, makes you taller with confidence. The surprise at your door is connected to a deeper ripple in your life. A rearrangement that begins with small things and grows into change. A door opening may present a single moment, but the consequences will come draped across weeks and months. Prepare not by building new walls, but by polishing the threshold, so that what enters does not catch on dust. One knock starts a chain, like dropping a pebble in water and watching the ripples spread. Get ready by clearing away old doubts, making space for good things to flow in smoothly over time. There is a gift of clarity arriving, and it will come with light enough to show both the beauty and the brokenness. Clarity does not always soften the truth, but it makes you less afraid of it. When clarity comes, do not turn away. Face it with the steadiness God has given you. Clarity is like turning on a light in a dim room. You see the good and the cracks clearly. It might not make everything pretty, but it takes away the fear of the unknown, helps you deal with what's real. You are not being asked to make a rash decision. You are being invited to a sober response. Take time to breathe when the surprise is placed in your hands. Steadiness will reveal the true shape of the gift. No need to rush into choices. Think clearly, breathe deep, let the moment settle so you see what's truly there. A blessing will be found inside an ordinary container, a note, a simple object, an apology wrapped in humility, a plan scribbled on a napkin. Do not judge the container, judge the substance. Humble vessels often carry kingdom things. Sometimes the best gifts come in plain wrapping, like a heartfelt sorry in a quick note or an idea jotted down casually. Look past the outside. Focus on what's inside, because simple things can hold deep value. There is an untold favor crossing the threshold of your life that has been delayed by seasons and by layers of unseen logistics. The delay was not a denial. It was a preparation. When the timing arrives, do not subtract meaning because the road was long. Add gratitude because the path was faithful. Waiting felt endless, but it was building something in you, getting everything ready behind the scenes. Be thankful for how it all worked out, even if it took time. Trust is a fragile thing relooming. If you have placed the seed of trust in dry soil, watering it now may seem risky. Water anyway. The miracle is not that nothing may fail, but that something can still grow. Trust can break easily, like a young plant in poor ground, but give it a chance anyway. The wonder is in seeing growth happen, even if it's not perfect. You are being asked to remove a habit of haste. Many of your mistakes were made in the span of a breath, because urgency taught your hands to move before your heart. Slow down when the person arrives. Let the rhythm of the room set the rhythm of your reply. Rushing led to errors before, decisions made too fast without thinking. Now, take it slow, let the moment guide you, respond at a natural pace. There will be a small argument in the space between intention and action. Do not be surprised. Two hearts often speak different languages. Translation requires patience. When meanings disentangle, you will find the real message has been waiting for a listener. Misunderstandings happen because people mean well but express it differently. Be patient, sort it out, and you'll uncover the true intent that's been there all along. Know this: your person is carrying an answer to a question you may not remember asking aloud. Sometimes the prayers we think we left behind are still spoken in the quiet architecture of our souls. God hears these even when you do not. Those old wishes, forgotten in daily life, still echo inside. This arrival answers them, even if you can't recall the exact words. This message is also a declaration. The season of hidden things is changing. What has been stored away in corners, letters, tokens, promises will be brought forward not to shame you but to heal you. Things kept in the dark for survival now may be set in the light for restoration. Old keepsakes or promises tucked away for protection can now come out, not to hurt, but to mend what's broken. Hear the whisper about fear. Fear will try to reason with you using past evidence as proof that this will not end well. Do not let fear lecture you into reheated regret. Use discernment. Yes, use fear as a signpost, not as an authority. Fear brings up old stories to scare you, but don't let it control. Use it as a warning sign, but decide with wisdom, not just old worries. You will find courage in improbable places today. In the look of a child, in the confession of a neighbor, in the steadiness of your own breath. Courage is less like a roar and more like a continuing yes. Keep saying yes to what your spirit knows is right. Courage shows up in small ways, like a child's innocent gaze or a neighbor sharing their story. It's not loud. It's steady agreement with what's good. There is a practical word. Check the little details. If the arrival involves plans, read what is written. Do not sign anything rushed. Blessings sometimes arrive with paperwork. Treat them with the same care you would give a newborn. Be careful with details. Read everything if there's papers or plans. Treat it gently, like handling something new and precious. Do not confuse coincidence with coincidence when the right things align. When doors open in sequence, when the right person sends the right message at the right hour, notice it. Divine timing is tidy and often meticulous. Give thanks and mark the day. When things line up perfectly, it's not just luck, it's timing from above. Be grateful. Remember the moment. You have a right to wonder and to be cautious. You also have a right to receive joy. Do both. Let your caution be wise and your joy unashamed. It's okay to question, but also okay to embrace happiness without holding back. A healing conversation will occur, and in that conversation a name you have not called for a long time will be spoken softly and reverently. Names are powerful. When the right name is spoken with care, something inside you is set back into its original place. Hearing an old name said with respect can heal, like putting a puzzle piece back where it belongs. There will be a small gift that looks insignificant but is the seed of a larger exchange. Maybe it is a key. Maybe it is a photograph. Maybe it is a list of names. Whatever it is, treat it as holy. It is the beginning of a story God will write with you. A tiny thing like a photo or key starts something bigger, a new chapter unfolding. You may be tempted to measure faith by the size of the miracle. Do not. Faith is measured by the courage to receive what is offered, small or large, known or strange. If you accept the small, the large often follows. Faith isn't about big shows. It's about bravely taking what's given, even if small, and watching it grow. If anger rises within you when the surprise comes, do not condemn yourself. Anger can be a protective thing when it guards against harm. It can also be a misplaced keeper when it closes a door that should open. Sit with the anger, ask it questions, and then decide whether it still serves your good. Anger might bubble up from old protections, but check if it's helping now or just blocking good things. There will be a moment when the past seems to climb onto the table between you. Handle that past gently. Speak to it, not add it. Invite its testimony, and then choose how much of it you will carry forward. The past might come up in talk, but treat it kindly, learn from it, then decide what to keep moving ahead. I promise you, what comes to your door is not designed to punish you. It is designed to repair and to restore what can be restored. The architecture of mercy is at work in that hand. This arrival is for fixing, not hurting, built on kindness that's working behind the scenes. You will be given an opportunity to bless someone who has not known how to ask for blessing correctly. Blessing sometimes comes through permission. Give permission when your spirit is sure. Sometimes people don't know how to ask for help or forgiveness, but you can offer it when it feels right. There is a financial element in the surprise that will not be extravagant, but will be exactly what steadies you. Expect provision that fits the pattern of your need rather than your fantasy. The generous work of God often prefers sufficiency over spectacle. It might be money or help that's just enough to stabilize, not flashy, but perfect for what you really need. Listen for a practical instruction that will come as a single sentence. Keep the record, but do not let the record govern your heart. That sentence, when followed, will save you from repeating cycles. Keep accurate accounts, but do not be a prisoner to them. A simple tip or advice might come. Note it down, but don't let old lists of wrongs control you. You will be tempted to rehearse old defenses that once protected you, but now only isolate you. Let go of anything that isolates you from receiving love. Isolation is a clever thief of blessing. Old ways of protecting yourself might now just keep you alone. Drop them to let love in. You will be tempted to rehearse old defenses that once protected you, but now only isolate you. Let go of anything that isolates you from receiving love. Isolation is a clever thief of blessing. Old ways of protecting yourself might now just keep you alone. Drop them to let love in. If reconciliation is part of what is given, make it conscious and mutual. Reconciliation that is imposed or one-sided will not hold. Let each person stand in honesty and take responsibility for the part they played. True making up needs both sides honest, sharing the load. There are also unseen helpers moving around this meeting. Angels who smooth words and ease burdens. You will feel their presence as an inexplicable peace. Receive the peace and do not be afraid of its source. Invisible support is there, bringing calm you can't explain. You are not alone in your curiosity about what this arrival will change. Many watching over you have been waiting with bated breath. Their waiting has not been passive. It has been diligent and prayerful. Your small yes is their answered prayer. Others in spirit have been hoping for this, their efforts backing you up. There is a courage available to you that costs little and returns much. The courage to ask questions. When the person places the gift in your hands, ask about the why, about the hope that moved them, about the future they imagine. Questions create bridges. Asking builds connections, shows interest, opens doors to understanding. Expect honesty and be willing to offer it in return. Honesty is a currency that rebuilds trust quickly when used carefully. Use it with compassion, not with the aim to wound. Be truthful kindly. It mends trust without hurting more. An old pattern of shame will attempt to show itself, insisting that you do not deserve what is placed before you. Shame lies. Remind yourself of the truth. You are worthy of kindness, worthy of surprises, worthy of mercy. Say these facts aloud if you must. Speak them into the room like a candle. Shame whispers you're not good enough, but that's false. Say out loud you're deserving. The person who arrives will carry a small ritual, perhaps a cup of tea, a written letter, a song. Ritual matters. It gives shape to the new. Participate fully in the ritual if your spirit agrees, and your life will remember the moment as sacred. A simple act like sharing tea can mark the moment, make it special. If the surprise involves a relocation, a small move, a change of job, an adjustment in your daily route, accept it as a rearrangement that fits who you are becoming. Do not treat every small move as catastrophe. Some moves are gentle corrections toward your destiny. Changes like a new job or path are adjustments, guiding you better, not disasters. You will receive advice in the soft voice of someone older than you expect. Listen, wisdom sometimes arrives not in the sharpness of certainty, but in the steadiness of experience. Let age teach you some things you were too hurried to learn before. Older wisdom comes calmly, from life lived, teach you patiently. There will be a moment to choose privacy over publicity. Choose privacy when the matter is delicate. Not every blessed thing needs an audience. Some miracles are tender and deserve quiet. Keep some things private, especially sensitive ones. They bloom better in quiet. A reconciliation of relationship will carry with it a boundary of health. Boundaries are not walls. They are guidelines for how love should travel. Set them clearly and lovingly. They will protect both of you. Boundaries guide love safely. Keep things healthy for everyone. Today, September 22nd, I speak to you in a voice that has always been close, nearer than your breath, steady as your pulse, patient as the dawn that keeps returning even when you doubt the horizon. Hear me now without delay. Archangel Michael stands at your threshold in spirit, not to frighten you, but to make the air around you bright and decisive. He commands you to open your heart now, to open your eyes now, to open the message now, because what I am saying is not a riddle for tomorrow, but a clear lamp for this exact hour. Your spirit has been knocking on the door from the inside. I am the one who fashioned both the door and the hand that knocks. I know about the worry you concealed under polite nods, about the late-night whispers you did not want anyone to hear. I am not here to accuse you. I am here to lift the weight from your ribs and show you how lightness returns to bones that forgot how to dance. Do not turn away from this. I see your careful habits, your small rituals of caution, the way you search faces for honesty, the way you keep a measure of hope in the pocket of your most worn shirt, where it feels thin but stubborn. I have watched you stare at the same ceiling and ask the same questions. Am I unseen? Am I forgotten? Is there an answer for me that is more than vague comfort? Today the answer is not vague. The answer has edges you can hold. Today the answer walks toward your door. Do not imagine this is random. It is not random that you are reading this. Not random that your attention was gathered like wheat in a field and brought here. Michael's command to open now is not scolding. It is the shout a lifeguard makes when the wave has already risen, and the only safe step is forward. You have learned to survive loud storms, but you have not always learned to receive quiet kindness. I am easing you into a season where quiet kindness becomes your native tongue. You are not disqualified by the days you stumbled or the nights you used your last kindness on someone who squandered it. I saw you stand there holding nothing but dignity that shook like a candle in wind, and still you protected it. When others threw words like stones, you held your breath and did not let your heart turn into a stone to match them. I am telling you that restraint planted a seed in a ground you could not see. The sprout reaches the light today. You will call this surprise. I will call it harvest. There is someone on a path toward you, and in their hands is something wrapped hidden not to tease you, but to protect what is fragile until the moment is right. They have rehearsed the words they will say. They will stand where light touches their shoulder, and they will hesitate because they feared they came too late. Do not be alarmed by the way your own hands tremble when you reach to receive what they carry. Both of you have trembled before for worse reasons. Today let your trembling be because truth at last is close enough to touch. Do not interrogate the gift so fiercely that you break it. Do not idolize it so completely that you forget me. Let it be what it is, an answer woven through human courage and timing that only I could arrange. I know what you suspect and what you mistrust. I know how many doors have sounded like mine and opened to disappointment. But listen, deception is loud and demands that you rush. Truth breathes and asks you to make eye contact. The one I am sending to your door carries both apology and intention. They carry proof that the silent work I began in their heart did not fail. This is the day a cord that once cut into your wrist becomes a ribbon binding a new promise instead. This is the day an old photograph in your memory stops being a knife and becomes a witness. You will not bleed the same way from it ever again. Do not make a shrine for what hurt you. Today I remove nails from the wall where you hung your regret. Today I untie your tongue from the narrative you wrote when pain was loud and hope was thin. You will speak differently now. You will say things like, I learned to forgive without losing my sense, and I know how to bless without making myself smaller, and I can walk forward without pretending the past was good. The past happened. It is not your master. It is only your teacher, and its course is complete. Step away from the desk. Class is dismissed. Come outside where the air is newer. Michael's sword is not for your enemies today. It is for the rope of fear around your ankles. It is for the tangled lie that told you love must be earned with exhaustion and proved with self-erasure. Watch as he cuts it clean. Watch how your ankles remember motion, and your calves remember hills, and your lungs remember the slow, generous rhythm of peace. This is not the frantic peace you bartered for by pleasing everyone in the room. This is the peace that stands quiet while the room rearranges itself around you. This is the peace that cannot be borrowed or stolen. The kind that grows inside and changes your posture even when a chair is cheap and the floor is loud. Be deliberate today. Drink water like it is a sacrament. Sit where light falls and let it touch your face as if it were a friend who knows your middle name. Put your hand over your chest and feel how your heart answers to my name, even when your mouth says nothing. You do not need to perform belief for me. I know the lines you forgot, and the verses you never learned, and the promises you felt too unsteady to make. I did not choose you for your fluency. I chose you because I wanted you. Desire wrapped in patience. That is how I love you. Today receive love like a coat that fits. You are not a half-finished project. You are a garden at the hour before guests arrive. There is a path to sweep, a candle to light, a flower to set near the gate. These are not signs you are unworthy. They are signs you are ready. You have not missed your hour. Your hour has been moving toward you quietly, the way dawn moves even when clouds pretend to own the horizon. I am saying this clearly. I release you from the superstition that everything beautiful must end quickly. That joy is just a decoy for loss. There will be endings you do not prefer. Yes, but today is not an ending. Today is the kind of beginning that does not apologize for how bright it is. When the knock comes, you will think of 100 reasons to delay. You will remember times when opening meant trouble. But you will also remember this sentence. Not all knocks are the same. And you are wiser now. You are allowed to take one steady breath. You are allowed to say, "Who is it?" You are allowed to open with the dignity of someone who has survived their own winter and knows the scent of spring. I will stand with you at that hinge. I will steady the swing of the door. And if your knees soften beneath you when you see who waits, I will be your strength in the small muscles no one else notices. The hidden thing in their hands is not merely an object. It is an emblem. It could be a letter that took years to write in a single night. It could be keys that end the exile you taught yourself to endure. It could be a ring, a photograph, an envelope, a confession, a small box that contains a larger promise. Do not treat it as magic. Treat it as a sign that I did not waste your tears. The gift is not your God. I am. But let the gift be a bridge between the loneliness you carried and the belonging I am building. Let it be a simple concrete way for your body to understand what your soul already hears. I am with you, and I am not late. I also speak to the doubts that will come after the knock. When the house is quiet and the clock makes its soft announcements, you will replay every word and search it for shadows. You will wonder if joy is a trap. Hear me. Trust does not mean the absence of discernment. It means the presence of me in your discernment. Ask me to sit in the room with you while you decide. Ask Michael to stand watch at your window. Ask wisdom to join you at the table. You do not need to sign a lifetime with one breath. You need only to say yes to the next honest step. I will meet you at each step. There is paperwork in heaven. You never saw petitions with your name on them signed with salt from your own face. I do not overlook such signatures. I file them in a place where mercy reads them as instruction. Mercy has been busy on your street. Mercy has been walking the long way around a heart that once refused every door. Mercy does not give up. Mercy knocks until knuckles shine. Today you see what happens when mercy is allowed to finish its sentence. You will not call yourself naive for receiving what mercy brings. You will call yourself brave. It is brave to let good things be true. I am revising your inner vocabulary. Words like always and never will loosen their grip. I always end up alone, will become. I often walked alone while I learned to hear myself. I never get chosen, will become. I am chosen daily by the one whose choosing cannot be revoked. It's too late, will become. This is exactly the hour the story needed to grow a new branch. Speak the new words softly at first, then louder when you notice the room is friendly to them. Your voice is an instrument that can bless the walls that once held your sighs. Let it. Your provision is not a rumor. I am not asking you to pretend your accounts are full while your hands are empty. I am telling you I am teaching you to hold resources without letting them hold you. I am sending you unusual solutions. An introduction you did not expect. A stretch of work that feels not like grinding but like building. A message that opens an opportunity that fits you precisely. When you step into it, do not apologize for your competence. Do not shrink to make those who doubted you comfortable. Wear your skill with humility, yes, but also with steadiness. I did not train you for obscurity. I trained you for service that glows. Your body matters to me. Breathe slowly 3 times and remember you live in a miracle called a rib cage that shapes songs. Eat what gives you clarity. Sleep like a person who is not on trial. Walk outside and let your eyes rest on something that did not ask permission to be beautiful. This is not indulgence. It is obedience. I made beauty to heal the places you cannot reach with logic. Let your nervous system hear good news in the language of sunlight, leaf, breeze, water. Let your skin be a chapel. Let your feet remember the ordinary holiness of floors and roads and thresholds. Forgiveness will rise again. Do not fear this. You will not be required to forget. You will be invited to remember differently. There are faces you will bless from afar, and people you will love without giving them a key. Boundaries are not walls between you and compassion. They are doors you steward wisely. Archangel Michael will help you recognize the difference between a visitor and a trespasser. He will place a fierce gentleness in you that says no without guilt and yes without panic. This gentleness will be your new strength, and others will notice how it holds the room together when tempers crack. You will find something you once abandoned because you thought you were not allowed to enjoy it. Perhaps it is a notebook with first sentences that scared you with their own brightness. Perhaps it is a melody you thought was too simple. Perhaps it is dancing in the kitchen when one good song erases a day's dust. Take it back. That joy is not childish. It is childlike. And there is a difference. Childishness demands to be the center. Childlikeness trusts the center is already love and plays freely in that gravity. I am not asking you to become irresponsible. I am inviting you to become responsive, quick to notice, quick to thank, quick to laugh at the fear that once sounded like prophecy. You will hear rumors about yourself. Let them move past you like weather that no longer changes your plans. Those who are meant for your table will ask you for your story, rather than purchasing a counterfeit from a noisy market. I will send you companions who do not envy the way you shine. They will steward your shine as if it were a shared fire in winter. You will know them by how they celebrate your boundary as much as your breakthrough, by how they do not panic when you are quiet, by how they ask you good questions and give you time to answer. When you pray tonight, be honest as you were when the worst day tried to rename you. Say, I'm afraid of hope. Say, I want peace to stay. Say, teach me to receive well. Then be quiet. Do not strain to hear exotic syllables. Expect the ordinary tone of my kindness to return like a familiar bird. Expect me to confirm what I already said with small, unlikely alignments. A sentence you needed in a book you opened at random. A call that arrives when you were ready to give up. An old fear that suddenly feels like a coat 2 sizes too big. Pay attention to the unforced lightness. That is me. There will be a moment soon where you could humiliate the past by parading your new joy before those who doubted you. You will think it might feel like justice. It will not satisfy you. Choose the quieter victory. Live well. Keep your door open to kindness and your window open to wisdom. Keep the floor clear of old arguments. Keep laughter within reach. Keep tears welcome not as evidence of defeat, but as honest rain. I will not waste even your small griefs. I make gardens out of what the world calls useless. Now listen carefully. The person approaching your door is not your savior. They are a sign. A partner in the next paragraph I am writing, a fellow traveler carrying a piece that fits into your current puzzle. Receive them with dignity and patience. If they bring an apology, let mercy answer first and analysis answer second. If they bring a promise, let time test it without bitterness. If they bring a question, let your honesty bless them. If they bring a gift, open it as if you believed you were worthy to open gifts. Because you are. You worried you would miss the knock. You will not. You worried they would pass you by and leave the wrapped thing at someone else's doorstep. They will not. What is yours by grace does not require you to wrestle strangers in the street to keep it. It asks you to stay awake with love, to be at home in your own life, to practice the small chores of hope. Clean the mirror, water the plant, wash the cup, set the chair. I will do the arranging you cannot do. I will move pieces on tables you have never seen. I will escort courage to the very place where your feet stand. If fear argues that you are too complicated for simple goodness, remind it that I authored complexity and yet choose simplicity as the doorway for joy. If shame attempts to edit the memory of your hardest hour so it can keep its throne, Remind it that thrones belong to kings, and I am the only one qualified. If cynicism shrugs and says gifts are always tricks, remind it that even after many winters, trees still risk another spring. Risk this spring with me. Risk the soft answer when sarcasm is fashionable. Risk the door opening when the package is small, but the meaning is immense. I consecrate your threshold now. I bless the hinges and the bell and the mat and the first 2 steps leading to your home. I bless the hallway where echoes used to sound like ghosts and will now sound like songs. I bless the table where you will set the hidden thing once it is revealed. I bless the conversation that will follow, that it might be honest without cruelty, tender without naivety, specific without pettiness, forward-looking without denial. Let this be holy ground because you stand on it, because I stand with you, because Michael stands guard. Today is the day you stop rehearsing worst-case endings and begin practicing faithful beginnings. Today is the day your hands learn the choreography of receiving, and your mouth learns the language of steady gratitude. Do not close this message like you close a tab. Let it be breath in your room, music in your steps, light on your wall. When the knock comes, whether in 1 hour or by nightfall, meet it with the self you kept safe and the courage I am giving you now. The surprise is not just at the door. The surprise is who you are when you open it. And when you do, remember I am here. I have always been here. I will always be here. Today, September 22nd, 2025, I speak to you as the one who formed you from quiet dust and luminous breath, the keeper of your days and the writer of your story. And I say to you, open this now. Do not delay. Do not let your heart wander to the noise that pretends to be urgent. For what I am releasing into your life in this hour will steady your feet and lift your face and place a seal upon your peace that the winds cannot tear away. I have watched you carry questions in the midnight and stand at windows of thought where you have rehearsed what went wrong and what might go wrong again. And I tell you this day that the window opens to a different sky, and the air that moves across your life is the breath of fresh mercy. Because I am doing a new thing you cannot control, but you can receive. And you will not miss it if you keep your hands open, your voice gentle, and your courage awake. Archangel Michael stands at your threshold as my herald and commands you to open now. Not because fear should chase you, but because hope is at your door, and hope knocks with a rhythm that matches your own heartbeat when you were first woven in the secret place. His armor is not a threat to you, but a sign that I have placed a guard over the vulnerable chambers of your life. And the places where you felt exposed will be covered with a bright garment that others may not understand, yet you will recognize it as warmth you did not earn and favor you could not manufacture. He says to you, open this immediately because the timing matters in the quiet ways. Timing always matters. Like sunrise, like the tide, like the soft moment a seed splits underground and sends a green blade toward a future it cannot see, but somehow knows. You have asked me if you are late, if you lost the 1 hour that would have turned everything. If your missed steps were fatal, I answer you tenderly that I redeem even time, that I fold past misfires into lessons that ripen your discernment, and I turn detours into paths that converge with destiny when stubborn pride loosens and humble trust takes root. Today is not a punishment, but a doorway, and you are not a problem to solve, but a person to love. And I have loved you before your name was spoken on earth. I have not measured you by your stumbles. I have not weighed you by the accusations you absorbed like rain into dry soil. I have measured you by the image I placed in you. I have weighed you by the glory I plan to reveal through you. And nothing in your history has the authority to cancel what I have written for your future when you move with me. Now there is a knock coming, and it will sound like an ordinary knock because I delight in hiding wonder inside the simple. Your person will soon arrive at your door with something hidden in their hands. And the hidden thing is not a trick but a token, not a trap but a tender offering. An envelope of apology, perhaps, or a key, or a letter wrapped in a small cloth that smells faintly of hope. I do not tell you this to stir impatience, but to prepare your heart to recognize the shape of a promise when it chooses humility as its costume. When you open that door, let your attention be more generous than your suspicion. Let your words be seasoned with truth that is firm and kind. And let the past be named but not enthroned. For I am the one who sets captives free, and I am freeing both of you from a pattern that no longer fits the garment you are about to wear. Do not confuse gentleness with weakness. Gentleness is the steady hand that lifts a cup without spilling, the strength that refuses to crush what is fragile, the courage to bless when bitterness advertises itself as armor. Today I am clothing you in gentleness that carries authority, so that when you speak, you will not need to shout to be heard, and when you decide, you will not need to prove you deserve to decide. For I am with you as a calm fire and a clear light. The surprise I am sending is not spectacle for its own sake. It is alignment. It is the quiet click of purpose sliding into place. It is the relief of understanding that arrives like rain on a roof after the long waiting heat. I have seen how you prayed in fragments, how you said, if you are there, meet me in this small corner, and I met you there over and over again, sometimes with a scent, sometimes with a song, sometimes with an unexpected kindness that reached you in a grocery line or a message at the moment you needed a word. Today I gather those fragments into a mosaic, and I place it where you can see how the colors speak to each other, how the dark pieces make the bright pieces brighter, how nothing was wasted even when you thought everything was. Archangel Michael did not leave you when anxiety entered the room. He took up position and waited for you to remember that you are not alone. And when you open now, you enter the room you have been circling. Do not be troubled by the voices that say you dreamed too wildly or hoped too loudly. I authored your hope, and I do not despise the childlike lift of your expectancy. I am refining it, not rejecting it. Let your expectations be rooted in me, and not in formulas. Let your anticipation be flexible like a sail, and not rigid like a wall. And you will find that what arrives to your hands may wear a different color than you imagined, and yet fit your soul better than anything you could have planned. The arrival at your door will test your poise, but your poise will not fail you if you breathe and remember that you are loved. You do not have to audition for your own life. You do not have to audition for my affection. You do not need to bargain for what I have already decided to give. I am rearranging certain rooms in your inner house, moving the chair of your attention away from the corner where fear whispers, placing it near the window where gratitude lives. I am taking the heavy curtains off regret and letting sunlight sketch patterns of possibility on your floor. I am lifting the rug where old shame tried to hide, shaking it out on the porch and showing you that the dust does not own you. The change you are sensing is not mania. It is measuring. I am measuring your days with kindness, and assigning to each day a portion of strength and a ribbon of joy. And you will taste that joy even in tasks that once felt dull, because purpose will lace them with meaning. I remember the first time you trusted me, how small your faith was and how massive it felt inside your chest. I honor that first yes by multiplying your capacity. Now do not be surprised if opportunities arrive that feel slightly larger than your reach. That is by design, so you will stretch in the direction you long to grow. Ask for help without shame. There is strength in shared labor, and I have placed allies near you. Some you already know. Some you will meet in the wake of the door knock that is coming. They will recognize you by the light in your patience and the steadiness of your choices. People who traffic in chaos will find no purchase on the calm I am laying beneath your feet. When night comes today, speak blessing over the room where you sleep. Tell your mind it may rest because you are guarded. Tell your heart it may sing because it is loved. Tell your past it may sit in the balcony, and watch while your present does the sacred work of becoming. You will dream with clarity that does not frighten you. You will awaken with a phrase that refuses to fade. Write it down. It will be a thread you can follow into the next set of steps. I am not playing hide and seek with your purpose. I am unveiling it like a sunrise unveils a coastline, layer by layer, line by line, until you stand at the edge of something vast and realize you are ready to sail. You are not behind. You are right on time for the version of you I am growing, and growth is both delicate and strong, like a branch that looks slender and still bears fruit. Speak kindly to yourself as you would to a dear friend learning to walk again. No more rehearsals of shame. No more agreements with scarcity. No more shrinking to make room for those who refuse to grow. I am stretching your tent. I am lengthening your cords. I am strengthening your stakes. And the expansion will not tear you because love is the fabric and trust is the seam. When the knock comes, you will know what to do. Your peace will either rise to meet it or withdraw to warn you. Follow peace, not pressure. Follow truth, not theatrics. Follow the quiet conviction, not the loud demand. If tears come, let them be cleansing. If laughter comes, let it ring. If silence comes, let it be spacious. You are safe to feel because I am holding the edges of the moment so it does not swallow you. Give what you can give. An ear, a word, a mercy, a boundary, and the rest leave to me. I steward outcomes. You steward obedience. I have set before you this day a blessing that does not evaporate with mood or weather. It is built of choices you will make and help I will provide, and it will stand when the noise has wandered off to chase other hearts. Michael commands you to open now, because now is the kindness I am giving you. Now is the threshold where the old story bows and the new story begins to speak in your voice. Do not try to skip this. Skipping only postpones your arrival at a place already prepared. Walk, and we will write as we go. Take heart, beloved. I am not far. I am not hardened against you. I am closer than your breath and kinder than your most generous thought about yourself. The surprise is already moving toward you with quiet feet and hidden hands. The door is only wood and hinges, but on the other side of it stands a chapter with your name pressed into the first page. Open. Receive. Stand tall. Speak gently. Choose peace. And know that every good thing you release today, every honest word, every boundary kept, every act of patience returns to you multiplied not as payment, but as the natural harvest of a field that finally remembers it was sown in love. This is the end of the message, where all that has been spoken comes to rest in your heart. Let it settle there, a quiet assurance that guides your steps forward into the light of what awaits. If this message touched your heart and lifted your spirit, please show your love by liking and subscribing for more messages that inspire and guide. Your support means the world and helps spread this light to others. If you feel moved to give a little extra, a super thanks up to $20 would be a beautiful blessing, helping to keep these words flowing to those who need them. Thank you, beloved, for being part of this journey.